for Levin starts off with just driving down the desert, showing up at this makeshift hospital.
Vámonos! In there!
Where they're ready for Gus, Mike, and I.
What about him?
But they're only paying attention to Gus. They're not even looking twice over at Mike, but he's bleeding out. And so Jesse is desperate, frantic, trying to get him help.
Por favor! Help! Oh.
This relationship between Mike and Jesse has been building throughout the entire season. And Jesse and Mike, they're definitely building this bond. And so leaving Mike bleeding, dying in Mexico is very hard for Jesse to do. When Gus and Jesse finally do leave, there's a moment where Jesse stands up for Walt, which is huge.
I think you can run their lab by yourself now.
And Jesse is not on board with that.
Don't kill him.
You know that won't work.
Then you got a problem.
Jesse is pretty much saying, if anything happens to Walt, you and I are no longer in a business relationship whatsoever. So therefore, Gus will no longer have any sort of cooks.
Gus has got this other thing happening, which is that little ant, Walter White, in the back of his head, who just won't do what he's supposed to do.
Anything suspicious?
Still no.
Walt feels that he should keep participating, being the driver for Hank, because, again, if it's not him, it's going to be someone else. So it better be me.
Listen, take it right at the street here, will you?
Right?
But then he has me hang a right and go off to some other place, and now we were going to pull up to the industrial laundry. Wham, another palpitating moment.
Walt, slow down. You gotta turn in there, Walt.
It's like if you had an emotional screwdriver and just kept twisting that tension screw tighter and tighter and tighter with milliseconds to decide what to do. The lesser of two evils is to purposely put himself into physical harm and danger, and that's creating that accident.
You brought your brother-in-law to our lab. What the hell is wrong with you?
The hatred is boiling within him because Walt's just been sneaking around his back. And so he's had enough, and he doesn't want to be in a relationship with them whatsoever, friends or business-wise anymore. He's just cutting ties.
That whole allegiance is really getting destroyed, and trust no longer exists between these two, and these two have been a team for so long. Gus has successfully pulled them apart.
You are done. Fired.
It's like a brilliant chess match where you see an extremely difficult problem to try to extract yourself from.
If you could kill me, I'd already be dead. But you can't.
Instead of caving in, you use every brain power you can, and your synapses are just snapping away, and you eke your way out of a problem.
It's a matter of your brother-in-law. He is a problem.
Gus is going to have to do away with Hank because he knows too much now, and he's getting too close.
If you try to interfere, I will kill your wife. I will kill your son. I will kill your infant daughter.
Well, there it is. It's like the gauntlet is finally thrown down.
Walt thinks, I've got to get out. I've got to escape. This is it.
Walter does all these things because he's living in fear. He's under pressure, and he has no choice.
Where is the money?
I gave it to Ted.
Walt is shocked by it.
Ultimately, one's pride can be one's folly. And like a Greek tragedy, he just bursts out laughing. What else can you do? It's so beyond bad. You think he's hit rock bottom, he's gone even further.
That crazy laugh that he has, that's real life. And actions speak a lot louder than words.